Hi everyone. Welcome back to Tea Time Talk with me, Diane. How has everyone been? This is the start to a new week. In just a couple of days, it's going to be the celebration of, 4th of July. What are you doing for 4th of July? I'm staying home. It's going to be quiet. I thought I was going out of town, and then plans changed. I'm not going out of town. Let me pour myself some tea and we'll get started with a conversation. Today I'm just having peppermint tea. I am going to later today make some homemade peach ice cream in my Cuisinart little ice cream maker. I hope that comes out really good. I really do. I've already made strawberries, so now I want to make peach. Okay, so in this week's conversation, I talk about all kinds of things every now and then. I really do. And all you have to do is turn on your TV or your computer, an iPad, your phone, which all of us have one. And there's always something, isn't there? Gosh, yesterday, I'm barely looking on my phone. And boom, it comes up. The big deal about the firefighters that got shot up there in Idaho. Yeah, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is right almost on the border of Washington there, have a man that apparently intentionally set a brush fire, and that was to lure the firefighters there, and he just opens fire on them. Yeah. 2 of them shot and killed, dead. 1 went to the hospital in surgery, fighting for his life. I think he's in stable condition today. Horrible. Right before I was retiring for the night last night, it came on and said, a dead man found, rifle nearby the scene. They couldn't even put out the fire because there was active gunfire going on for quite a little while, I guess. And what really got me was going back to these trials that I've been watching, and especially that Lori Vallow Daybell trial of all of the cell phone data, the pings from towers, is what nailed her. Well, it kind of nailed this guy. Apparently, I'm assuming the FBI jumped right on that. The FBI was called out. And for several hours, his cell phone, the man that died, was in this area where all the gunfire was, I guess. Crazy, isn't it? Just crazy. I feel so bad for those families, really. Right before a holiday, all they do is go up there to put out a fire and they get shot at and 2 of them killed. And 1 fighting for his life. Not good. Not good at all. If you were to back up, there's something that's coming on TV tonight. If you're watching, it's coming on his video of his podcast that he does. Nate Eaton up there with East Idaho News is going to do a full interview with Lori Vallow Daybell. Yes. But he has already given a preview trailer part on it that I have watched. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait for I think it's a 40-minute interview that he's done with her. But just in the little preview, it's like, wow, I cannot still believe that this woman, in her mind, how she talks and what she believes. It's astonishing, really. She gets sentenced on July 25th. That part of it is to be from 9 until noon. That's the aggravation phase part of it, and then the sentencing, which I will watch. I will. After all that happened with all of her trials, I kind of went down deep. I went down the rabbit hole, in other words. I wanted to find out about the family dynamics of this person that was LDS and her family, and maybe her mother, her father, the children, their lifestyle, all of that. I came up with a lot. I really did. I went to all the videos and read everything on the cost of the over $100,000 to even have the last trial in Arizona that, yes, the taxpayers paid for. House transportation or housing of from one jail to another. The transportation council, they stepped in when needed because she went pro se. The filing of appeals and all the motions that she did. Comments on the judge throughout all of this was the same. Sometimes they would say he used too much restraint. He was a saint. He had the patience of Job. They called him Judge McDreamy, the Silver Fox. He put up with a lot from Lori Vallow Daybell. He did. The jurors from that particular trial said the same thing. They were let down that there was no witnesses and no defense on her side. No. There is one family member that I've kind of been watching, and she summed it up the best way I would sum it up, that the family is dysfunctional hornet's nest. There's a good sentence for you, isn't there? Yeah. Now, we've had all kinds of murders across the United States, other places, everything else. This one has caught the attention and sucked you in like a sponge, yes, for so many reasons. Those children and how they died, everything. But we've had other things that have gone on as far as this cult religion. Remember way back, a man named Warren Jeffs? Well, he is still, he had a life sentence in 2011, and that was 7 years ago. And he's still running his cult from his prison cell. Yeah, that's in Texas. What about, and he thinks he's God. He does. What about the one where I live in Colorado? Remember a man named Chris Watts? Mm-hmm. Killed his 2 beautiful little daughters, killed his wife and the unborn child. The reason why I watched that one, it was every night on my news on TV. It wasn't on a video on YouTube or anything else. It was the news on TV happening right in my own state. Yes, that was 7 years ago. But the thing that caught us all was how he killed the kids, what he did with their bodies, everything. It was quite disturbing. It really was. And he gets up there like all these people, I just want her to come home. And yet I knew just by looking at his face on TV, you're guilty. You're lying. I just could see it. Okay. Then we went on to the Karen Reed trial. She was found not guilty. I won't comment. The Sean Diddy Combs. The prosecution has rested. I watched the video with the FBI Special Agent Monroe, where he uncovered and exposed horrific evidence. 27-minute video of the Sean Diddy Combs made almost like a confession. Yeah. Brian Kohlberger, that case will be going forward in August. It's had a lot of delays, but it's going forward in August. Okay. There is still the manhunt for a man named Travis Decker. He is the one that killed his 3 beautiful little daughters, and they can't find him. Now the ex-wife has come on to say, find him dead or alive. Yeah. In my state of Colorado, another one recent is this Barry Morphew, who they let him go, and now they have extradited him back from Arizona. This is the one that used a tranquilizer gun with what's called BAM, B-A-M. And they found the wife. This all happened on Mother's Day back in 2020. They finally found the remains of the wife, and she actually had BAM, the chemical that you tranquilize animals. She had that in her bone marrow. Yeah. Evidence is pretty compelling with him, too. One, his phone. Two, the tranquilizer casing in the dryer from his pants that he was wearing that day. And three, the BAM prescription came from Indiana, where they used to live, and apparently he had a lot of it. He would tranquilize deer, elk, and then when they're all sedated and can't move, or immobile, then he would cut off their horns, keep the horns. He's a horrible, horrible person. Yeah, highly illegal, and he knew it and says he knows it. And it even shows a picture in his house of all the trophy deer and elk and all these horns that are stacked up in a corner. Why? I don't know. So yeah, things are coming down the pike on so many things. But this Lori Vallow Daybell I will watch tonight, where she makes little sentences like, you need to be on the boat, on the same boat, Nate Eaton. Miracles are on the way. All right, there she goes back to her religion again. Apparently, and Nate Eaton, he doesn't hold back. What for at this point? Are you still blaming your daughter? You know, nobody else saw it that way. And would you change anything? Now, in the trailer, she answers, that's an interesting question. We'll see tonight if she actually answers anything on it. In between all of that, right before it, is a woman. Her name is Megan Connor, and she apparently is Lori Daybell's cousin. And she is coming on with her own podcast before this Nate Eaton's, of saying that she has somebody that's pretty close to that family, the mother and the father, and it will, in the video, it will reveal why this woman, Lori Daybell, is who she is and has you know, what she's done in life and come to this, because she had it all and she'll let it all go. Okay, so I'll be watching that tonight. This week, like I said, I'm going to get busy and do a couple of things this week. We're still in very hot weather. I showed the last video, I showed a cute little inflatable fountain mini pool that I bought for me and my little puppy dogs. Gosh, it's fun. It really is. And I have had lots of comments of personal friends that they want one too. I just sit in it too. I don't have to be in a deep pool. Just let me sit in some cold water, you know, cool cold water for my legs and my feet at the end of the day or the afternoon or whatever. It's very, very refreshing. And I can still say I'm in a little pool with water. I can let that fountain spray all over me if I want to. I just haven't done it yet. I'm slowly doing the in and out type thing of the pool just to get my dogs used to it. They love water, both of them, but they're not too sure about this pool because of the edge. I have tried those hard baby pools with my dogs. They don't want anything to do with them. They're not a great big lab where they, you know, will leap over something and get into it. They don't work that way. They just don't. Do comment and tell me what you're doing for 4th of July, what you've been doing, maybe what you're going to make as far as maybe a holiday food or whatever. Thousands and thousands of people barbecue on 4th of July, whether it's hamburgers out on the grill, ribs, you know, making that good potato salad, whatever you want to make. It's 4th of July time. And I hope you celebrated in the true spirit of what Independence Day is all about. Usually where we used to live, it was get up in the morning and get down in the street to that parade and buy my rhubarb pie and yeah, we'd go up the river and we'd have a nice picnic up there, maybe do some fishing, whatever for the day. I miss those days, I really do. I'm down in hot weather now, and like I said, I thought I was leaving for the whole weekend, but for several days, but no, that didn't pan out. So I'm here today to wish all of you a very nice 4th of July. Gotta go see what my puppy dolls are barking about, because I don't know, nothing's out there, nobody's coming that I know of. I don't really have anything new to show you or do. I haven't gone to a yard sale or done anything, so maybe this weekend they might have 1 or 2, I don't know. Sometimes they do at 4th of July time, and maybe I'll go find something. I may go back to the farmer's market and buy some more fruit, I don't know. But I just want to say hi. Hope you're staying cool. Hope your health is good. I'm going to enjoy that whole pot of tea today. I really am. And I will find something that I'm doing today. Like I said, I think I'm going to go make some ice cream and get that done, so I have that with dinner tonight. I may do shish kebabs on the grill tonight. I think that would be kind of tasty. I will check back with you on another time when it's tea time with Diane, and I will check with you closer to July 25th on the sentencing of this gal and let you know. Stay tuned, say a prayer for the firefighters, their families, the ones that passed away, the one that's still fighting for his life in the hospital. And stay tuned on your phone or TV or whatever to what is going on in your area. Husband had a very close friend that was right up there, lives right up there, and in Coeur d'Alene. And he didn't even know anything about it. He had to get on his phone, you know, and he says, I'll call you back. I've got a really good friend that lives just real close up there. And he says, I'll call you back and let you know. We didn't hear from him last night. Maybe there was too much going on, but I stayed right on that last night. It was kind of fascinating how a beautiful area, you know, people go there for their holidays because it's all those pine trees, you know, and the scenery and everything. And yet things happen. I don't know what happened with the man, whether he was disgruntled with firefighters. Who knows what they'll find. I'm hoping they say something later today or this evening. So anyway, good luck on your 4th of July weekend. I'll catch you another time. I'm usually always here. I really am on Tea Time Talk with Diane. Bye-bye.